Hi everyone and welcome to this Pilates class. Today we're going to be using 2 yoga blocks, and this is going to be quite a challenging Pilates class, so it's going to be more intermediate to advanced. So if you're a beginner, maybe skip this one, do one of my beginner classes so that you can avoid injury. And we're going to start by warming up the abs because we're going to get into quite intense ab work. Okay. So I want you to take your block, put it behind you, and then you're going to roll down onto it. So it's going to be underneath your rib cage. The lower you put it down, the harder it is. The higher you put it, the easier it is. So I'm going to put it about lower thoracic spine. I'm going to take my hands behind my head, and then I'm going to lean back over the block, feeling nice extension in the spine, a nice opening in the chest. Just rest here for a second, and then we're going to go into our ab curl. So we're going to exhale, lift up, gaze towards your knees, inhale, lower, coming back over into extension, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. So your head is just resting in your hands, and you're sliding your ribs down towards your hips as you come up. So you're keeping that core connection. Perfect. And your belly button is towards your spine. So we're going to do another 4. Just waking up the abs gently before we get into more intense work. Last 2. Last 1. Hold up here. And then we're going to just twist from side to side. So give me a nice deep twist from side to side. Exhale as you twist. Inhale as you come back to center. Perfect. Your abs should be awake now. You should be feeling the warmth in your body. Last one. Come back to center. Lean back over, opening up the rib cage. Feeling nice extension. Even take your hands up overhead. Just opening up the body. And then we're going to roll up to seated. You can grab onto the back of your legs, pull yourself up, and then we're going to take our block and we're going to put it underneath our pelvis. Okay. Actually, before we do that, rather roll back onto your back and then put the block underneath. That would be a bit safer. Okay, so the block is underneath your pelvis. It's not on your lower back, so that you're arching your back, and it's not low by your pelvis so that you are flexing the spine. It's right underneath your pelvis. So there's no arching or flexing in the spine. And then we're going to keep that core connection and lift one leg to tabletop at a time. Perfect. Take your hands behind your head and option to lift up into an ab curl, or you can keep your head down. So we're going to tap our right toes. Exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So we're alternating. But as we lower that leg, we're keeping that rib-tip connection. Perfect. This is going to be intense. So stay with me. We're going to be working the abs hard. Okay. Let's do another 2. Last one. Now extend that leg long. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. So extend that leg. Don't lose the rib tip connection. So you're not lowering the leg and that you're flaring in the ribs. You're keeping it up, keeping that rib tip connection. Only going as low as that you can keep that rib tip connection. So slow and controlled. Keep your control here. Gazes towards your thighs. Okay. Let's go for another 2. Those lower abs should be feeling it, and those upper abs. Bring it in. Okay. Lift your hands towards the ceiling. Extend that left leg. We're going to tap the right toes down. Lower the head. Arms come overhead. Exhale. Bring it all up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, bring it up. Perfect. Remember to keep that rib tip connection. So the lower you take your left leg, the harder it is, and the higher you bring it, the easier it is. Okay. You're doing so well. I know your abs are probably burning. Mine are. Last one, then we're going to add a twist. So lower down, take your hands behind your head. You're going to lift up and twist. Coming into those obliques. Exhale as you twist. Inhale as you lower. Okay, let's go for another 4, 3. Think of that contralateral oblique movement, the opposite rib to hip connection. Okay, last one. Bring it in. Hug your knees towards your chest, just taking a little bit of a break before we go into the other side. Yes, we're not done yet. We can do the other side. But my abs are on fire. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're going to bring our legs to tabletop, extend the right leg. See if you need to fix your block at all, if it's comfortable where it is. Okay, extend the right leg. Arms come to ceiling. We're going to tap the toes. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Remember to keep that rib tip connection. So you're not flaring in the ribs as your arms come overhead. So you're not opening up the body like that. You're keeping the ribs down towards the hips. And then lifting. Gaze towards your thighs. So you're not looking up towards the ceiling as you lift up. Because that's going to put a lot of strain on your neck. Okay, perfect. Lower it down. Take your hands behind your head. We're adding the twist. So exhale, lift and twist. Inhale, lower. I need to move my block a bit higher. So make any adjustments that you need. And think of that rib to hip connection, the opposite rib to hip connection. Trying to close that gap. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Okay, hug it in. Just taking a release here. Fix your block if you need to. Okay, extend the legs to the ceiling. Lower the left leg. We're going to go into scissors. Option to bring your head up or keep it down. And then we're going to exhale. Pulse it in twice. Inhale, alternate. So you're using those abs to pulse that leg in. You're not pulling on the leg. So scoop those abs in. Let them help you pull that leg. Getting a bit deeper on the second pulse. Okay. Lower it down, hug it in. And then we're going to take the other block now. And we're going to put it underneath our back. Okay. Then we can come up to seated. Make sure you're sitting in the middle of your blocks. Bring your legs up so you're sitting in a V-sit. Okay. We're going to extend both legs. Bend. So inhale to extend. Exhale to bend. Keeping that balance. This is balancing work. Whew. Your hip flexors are also working hard. Oh, I'm shaking. My abs are tired. Okay. Last one, extend, create length, bend it in. Okay. Take those arms and then we're just going to twist from side to side, keeping that balance. So we're getting into the obliques here. Exhale to twist. Inhale back to center. And try and make it a deep twist, as deep as you can, with keeping your balance. Okay, last one, bring it in. Hug it in. Bring your feet together, knees apart, just take a nice stretch. Fold over, opening up the hips. Whew. So that's our ab series done, and that was intense. Okay. Release that. Now, I want you to take your blocks about shoulder width apart. So they're going to be behind you. Okay. Take them back a bit. So I want you to rest your fingertips over the block. So they're draping over. And then you're going to push up. So you're creating length through the spine. Knees are bent. And then you're going to inhale, lower back. Exhale, press. So draping the fingers over that block is just going to help with your wrists a little bit. So it's not so intense on your wrists. Because if you notice, if you put your hands back, it's just a bit harder on the wrists. So keep them draped over, and then we're getting into the triceps and warming up the wrists here before we go into our next exercise. Just priming the wrists because we're going to do some wrist work. Okay, and also getting into the triceps, so that's the added benefit. Keep those elbows in towards the body. Perfect. Bring the blocks in a bit closer. Okay, make sure they're closer. And then plant those feet on the mat. The arms are bent. We're going to lift our hips off the mat. Inhale, lower. So you'll notice we're getting a bit deeper into those wrists by doing this exercise. Slowly warming them up before we go further. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So the core is engaged, belly button to spine. Keeping a straight spine, looking straight ahead. Try not to bring your shoulders up to your ears too much. Lift up and then lower. Perfect. Okay. We're going to add on. Okay. So we're going to lift up, lift our hips towards the ceiling. Look towards the ceiling so that your neck follows your spine. Inhale, lower. Bring it through between the blocks. Straighten your legs if you can. Flex your feet. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Sweep it through. Woo! Really getting into the arms. That's the thing about Pilates. There isn't a lot of arm work, so we got to get it in there somehow. Okay. Perfect. Let's do another 2. Last one. Lift those hips. And then lower down. Okay. Just release those wrists for a second before we go into our next exercise. Because I know this wrist work can be intense. And I don't want you to hurt yourself. So just take a nice release. Okay, take the blocks back a little bit. Point through those feet. Roll out the shoulders. Relax them. Hands draping over. Exhale, lift the hips up. Straightening the legs, extending the legs, look up towards the ceiling. Not dropping your head, but looking straight. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And maybe you want to rest down here for a second. Exhale, press. Inhale, lower. Keep those hips up. Coming into your reverse plank. Okay. So you'll notice this is also a counter stretch from the ab work that we did. We are opening up the abs, opening up the hip flexors. Okay, on our next one, we're going to lift up, drop our hips to the right side, lower down. So we're on our right glute. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Getting into some obliques. Okay. Lift those hips. Use those glutes. Lower back down. Okay, come back to center. And then we're going to release those hands a bit and then lift back up. Drop the hips to the left. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Getting into those obliques. Perfect. Last one. Lower it down. Whew. Release the wrists. Fold over. Taking a nice release here. Whew. Just roll out those wrists. Okay, that was hard work. We're going to take the blocks now. Take them about hip distance apart. I'm sure you know what's coming next, some glute work. I'm going to be carrying on. So bring your glutes down, and then you're just going to roll down onto your back carefully. Bring your heels in. Okay, we're going to do some hip rolls. So we're going to imprint the spine towards the mat, and then we're going to roll up vertebra by vertebra. See the ribs coming towards the hips till you come up to your bridge. Keeping that rib tip connection so you're not flaring in the ribs. Keeping that rib tip connection. Weight is in your heels, and then you're going to roll back down, softening the rib cage, softening the vertebra down into the mat, coming back to your neutral spine, where your spine sits naturally. There should be like a little bit of a gap underneath. And then exhale, roll up, slow, controlled movements. Inhale, soften your rib cage down, the chest down. Exhale, lift back up. Perfect. Let's finish here. We're going to go into some glute bridges. Okay, press your feet into those blocks, especially your heels, and then we're going to exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Keeping that rib tip connection, rib sliding down towards the hips. Perfect. This is an inversion. So really feel that contraction in your glutes. Keep that mind to muscle connection. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Okay. You're doing so well. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Okay, gaze towards the ceiling, and we're going to put the weight into the left leg, but I want you to make sure you don't rock the hips. So keep your hands on your hips so you've got that tactile reference, and then we're going to lift the right leg in towards the chest, lower it back down. So alternate sides. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Remember, hips are level, hips are square. Keep that core connection. That core is going to help you to stabilize. The obliques are going to help you to stabilize. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Perfect. Let's do another 2. Last one. Lower it down. Lift the hips. Little pulses up. Remember, not overextending the spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Hug at the knees and towards the chest. And then we're going to come into a sideline position. Okay, we're going to take 1 block now. Okay. Just move the other block away. Take the 1 block. We're going to come into sideline position on our forearms. So that our legs are going to be bent in like a 45-degree angle. I want you to place the block onto your leg, on your knee. Make sure it's stable there because we're going to use it for balance. So press up out of that shoulder, out of that side waist. Hips are down a little. And then we're going to lift, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Notice you need to keep that balance so you're not lifting the leg up like that and the block is falling. You're not lifting it very high. It's still going to work. So the hips are square. This gives you good feedback for good form. Okay, make sure your ankle is in line with your knee so you're not tipping it. You will lose your block. Keep that good form. This is really going to help you for any sideline work. Think that you have a block there because it will help you to keep a good form. Okay, lift it up about hip height. We're going to take that leg back, reach the arm forward. Inhale, bring it forward, reach the arm back. Exhale, create length. Inhale, bring it forward, take it back. creating length through the body, through the spine. Remember to keep that leg level. If you lose your block, just put it back on and carry on. Okay, but try your best to keep your balance. Okay, you should be feeling this in the glute med, in the glute min. Let's go for another one. Take it forward, take it back. Bring the hand down towards the mat. So you're going to swivel your hand towards the top edge of your mat. Press into the hand, maybe take it a bit, the elbow a bit further away. Hold that leg back, hold it hip height, reach that arm, and then you're going to lift up, creasing in that sideways. So we're getting into those obliques. That leg is working hard as well. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. We're also getting into the triceps here. So it's a really good exercise. And you're holding that leg up in an isometric hold. It's working hard. Let's go for another 3. Exhale to press. Last one. Lower it down. Pulses up with that block. Little pulses, because you can't get much range here. Little exhales as you pulse up. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Ah. Okay. You're going to do that on the other side. Ah. Okay. Maybe just come into a stretch, some lateral flexion. Okay, take it up and over. Okay. Let's go straight to the other side, so we're not wasting any time. Okay. Elbow under shoulder, pushing up out of that sideways, out of that shoulder. Knees are bent. Balance that block there. Pushing the top hip down a little. Hips are square. So you're going to exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Ankle is in line with the knee. And you're not lifting your leg up as high as it can go. Just a little lift. Still working hard, and you will feel it more on this side because we just kind of work the side on the other side. So it's going to be an extra burn. But that's okay. We're here to work hard. Last one. Hold it up. Extend that leg back at the hip. Reach forward. Inhale, take that leg forward, arm back. Exhale, take that leg back. Engaging that glute max. So we're working the glute med, glute min, and glute max as we take that leg back. Make sure you're pushing up out of that shoulder, out of that sideways. I feel like I'm going to lose my block on this side. Don't think I positioned it properly. Okay. Take it forward and then take it back. Reaching, creating length. Mind to muscle connection. Okay. Let's go for another 2. Last one. Hold it back. Take that arm down. Swivel that hand so that it's at the top edge of your mat. Take that elbow a bit further away from the shoulder. Reach that arm. And then we're going to lift up, creasing the rib cage. Okay. Holding that leg up in isometric hold. Getting into the triceps, into the obliques. Let your neck follow your head and neck follow the rest of your spine. Getting into some lateral flexion. Okay, last one. Lower down. Little pulses up. Small pulses. Little exhales as you pulse up. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Oh. Press up. Okay. Come to seated. Take that right arm up and over, opening up that side waist. And then that left arm up and over. Perfect. So we're going to come into some planking and side planking and push-up work now. More into the arms, more into the core, and then we're going to finish off the class strong doing some standing work. So I want you to place your blocks about shoulder width apart at the top of your mat. And then we're going to come into a plank. So step those feet back. Now when you come into a plank, I want you to make sure that your core is engaged. So you're drawing those ribs down towards your hips and that there's a slight tuck under of the pelvis. And you're engaging those glutes, you're squeezing them. A plank is not supposed to look pretty. It looks pretty ugly. But that's the way it's going to be most effective. So step back into your plank. Notice my form. I'm squeezing my glutes. And I'm bringing my ribs down towards my hips. Slight tuck under of the pelvis. I'm going to bring my right leg in towards my chest, extend it back out, left leg. So we're alternating, keeping those hips level. So we're trying not to move the pelvis at all. We're just moving those legs. Upper body doesn't move. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend it back out. Remember, keep that core in. Let's do another 2. Last one. Perfect. Lower the knees down. Take a shoulder stretch. Release the wrists. You see we're getting into more wrist work now, but our wrists are primed. So they're warmed up. Okay. I want you to come back into your plank, your ugly plank. Okay, hold it there. And then we're going to lower down 3 counts into a push-up. You can do this on your knees if you want, if it's easier for you. And then lower down, exhale, press, come back up to your plank, come to a side plank. Perfect. You're going to alternate sides, so you're going to inhale, lower, exhale, press, come into the side plank. Okay, 3 count, press, lift up, lower back down. 3 counts, press, side plank. This is very, very strong work. So take it slow if you need to. Okay, reach up, extend the arm. Okay, last one. Press up, reach the arm up, side plank, hips up, lower back down. We're now going to stagger the feet coming into our side plank, lifting up the arm. We're going to come into some rotation now. So I want you to take that hand, thread it underneath you, twisting that spine, and then lift back up. So you're exhaling, bringing it under, inhale, extend it back up, lift, create that length, keep those hips up. Last one, lift it up, hold here. A challenge. Can you lift that top leg? Neck in line with the spine. Almost done, hold it here, hold it, and then lower back down. Perfect. Okay, we're in our plank, our strong plank. We're going to go straight to the other side. Coming into our side plank, reaching that arm up, thread it under, coming into rotation. Inhale, lift, extend the arm. Exhale, thread it underneath. This is really strong work. We're finishing out this class strong. Reach up, extend. Perfect. Let's do another one. Keeping those hips up. Okay. Finish it out strong. Lift that leg if you can. Otherwise, just hold your side plank. Okay, almost done. Getting into those obliques, into that shoulder. Release there. Come back into your plank. Lower the knees down. Press back. Do a well-deserved shell stretch. Release the wrists. Okay. Woo! Then roll up vertebra by vertebra. Seated. We're going to finish off this class strong with some standing work. So take 1 block now. We only need 1 block for this portion of the class. Come to the middle of your mat, or actually, not the middle. Take the block out to the side. We're going to stand on 1 block. We're going to come into some squats. So take your feet about further apart than hip distance. Slightly turned out. Okay. coming into squats. So we're going to inhale, lower, spine is straight, exhale, lift. Now what I want you to notice here, see those hips? Are they doing that? Is the one hip piking up? Level them out. So notice that as you lower and as you lift. So we're keeping our hips square and level. Engaging that core, the ribs are sliding down towards the hips, pressing up through the heels. Okay. Let's go for another 2. 1. Press up. Take that block, turn it the other way, and then we're going to come into some lunges. Okay, that left foot is on there. And then we're going to step back into a lunge. So find your balance, step back into your lunge. Lower that knee down as far as you can. Exhale, press back up. Core engaged. This is really going to help you to keep your balance because we are going to be doing balancing work now. Exhale, lift up. And I really want you to keep your balance by looking at something still in front of you, keeping your gaze on there. Make sure you're coming up and down like an elevator. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lower. Okay, perfect. Let's do another 1. Lower down, lower that knee down. Press back up. Shift forward. You're going to lift. I'm just going to come back a bit. Okay, you're going to extend that right leg back behind you. Find your balance. Look at something in front of you. Take the arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that knee up towards the chest. Inhale. Extend it out again, creating that length. Finding your balance. Exhale. Press up again. This is hard work, hard stabilizing work. Remember to keep those hips square, level. Create length through that back leg. Let's try and point through those toes. Okay, hold it back. Woo! Losing my balance. Bring it up again. Take it back, put that foot on the floor. Take it down, pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up, shake it out. Okay, take that block to the other side. Shake out those legs. Okay, right foot on that block. Feet about shoulder width apart, slightly turned out. Remember, level hips. Okay, so the hips are square. You're not piking the one hip up as you stand on that block. Square. Okay, you're going to lower, lift, coming down into that squat. Engaging the glutes, pressing through the heel, moving up and down like an elevator, spine straight. No arching in the back as you lower, and no pushing the hips forward as you lift. Okay, let's go for another 3. Last 2. Remember, square hips. Last 1. Coming into your lunge. Take that left leg back. Nice wide lunge. Then you're going to lower, lift. So you're really getting deep into that lunge. Taking that knee down towards the mat. Inhale, lower, moving up and down like an elevator. Exhale, lift. Last one. Lower, lift. Okay, coming into our balancing work. You can take your block back a bit. Okay, so hinge forward. Lift that back leg. You still need to come back because I'm going to hit my table. Wall. Okay. Find that balance. Come to the middle of your block. Find that balance. Extend that leg. Find something to look at, to keep your gaze on. And then you're going to exhale, pull it through. Leg comes up. Inhale, extend back. Point through the foot. Find that length. Exhale. Bring it through. Inhale. Woo! Don't lose your balance. It's really harder when you're talking and doing this. When I practiced it, it wasn't this hard, but I wasn't talking then. Okay, extend it back. Take that leg down. Pulses down. 3. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift back up. Shake up those legs. Okay, take your blocks now. Shoulder width apart or mat distance apart. And then we're going to come to the back of our mat. We're going to roll down vertebra by vertebra, coming into a stretch now, cooling down the body after all this hard work. So put your hands on your blocks and then press back to your pike. Press your chest through. Extend that right leg up, bend it, take it through, come into your lunge, drop that back knee, and tuck the toes. Lift up, circle the arm around. Whew, nice hip flexor stretch. Circle it back. Press back, flexing that right foot. Coming into a hamstring stretch. This should feel quite intense. You can take your blocks if you need more support. Lengthen the spine, fold over. Okay, take your blocks forward. We're going to heel toe that leg out to the side, coming down into our pigeon. Use your blocks for support, so find height and length here, pushing up, making sure the hips are square, and then you can take it down. Stretching out the glute. Calming down the nervous system after today's class, because it was quite an intense one. We really got into the glutes, into the abs, into the arms and shoulders. So we need a bit of a release. Okay, lift back up. Take your blocks, shoulder distance apart. Press back up to your pike. Just enjoy this inversion. Okay, extend that left leg and bring it through between your blocks. Lower the back knee and tuck the toes. Circle the arm around, opening up the chest. Feeling a nice hip flexor stretch. Bring it back around, take it down. Shift back. Flexing the foot, take your blocks back with you. So lengthen the spine and fold over. And maybe you get your legs straight here, maybe you don't. It all depends on your hamstring flexibility. And then take it forward. Heel toe that foot out to the side, coming down into your pigeon. Lift up, extend the spine. Lower down to your pigeon. Nice glute stretch. Hips are square, level to the ground, so just check underneath. Okay. Come down onto your left glute. Bring that left foot in. Stretch up and over. Opening up that side waist. Flexing the foot. Turn your chest down towards your leg and fold over. Feeling a nice stretch in the back. Okay, roll up. I'm going to take it to the other side. Stretch that leg long. Take the right arm up and over, flexing the foot. Opening up the side waist. Take the chest down. Take a nice big deep inhale. Opening up the back. Should feel really good on your spine. And then you're going to roll up vertebra by vertebra to seated. Take your legs in a cross-legged position. Roll out your shoulders and then change the direction. Take your hands behind your back, open up your chest, looking up towards the ceiling. And then take your arms forward, flexing the spine, rounding forward, drawing the abs in, scooping them in, and then come back up, stack the spine, release the arms. And that's it for today's class, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this one. It was quite an intense one with the yoga blocks. If you would like to see more like this, please comment down below. Let me know how you did and if you would like another class like this. And don't forget to like my video and subscribe down below. It really supports my channel a lot and I really appreciate it. I appreciate every one of you. So thank you so much for joining me today and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye guys.